So today we're going to be talking about increasing our health and vitality through our connection to the earth. And this is one of my favourite topics, and I do hope that this is streaming in all the right places, but if it's not, it's not. So really, this is something that it's very close to my heart. You know, how we can increase our vitality is so important, especially at times like this. And this is something I get asked about a lot. How can I increase my energy and my health? And we're going to be looking into how we can connect to the earth to really help in this process. We're going to be looking at different plants that can help with this, and different techniques as well. So the first thing to really look at when we're looking at increasing our health and our vitality through our connection to the earth is really grounding, is getting onto the earth, connecting into the earth, and really rooting and anchoring into that space. And this is such an important thing. It's been shown that we are electromagnetic beings, and what happens as these electromagnetic beings that we're like batteries, and we need to recharge. Now, we can't recharge through concrete, we can't recharge through strip lighting. We can only recharge really when we plug ourselves back into the earth, when we go barefoot on the earth, when we hug a tree, when we increase that connection, we sit on the ground. That way we can actually recharge this battery properly. And this is what is so important for us to be doing. So another aspect of grounding is really the fact that what happens when we ground is that we can discharge this buildup of electromagnetic pollution in our body. We can discharge it into the earth, and the earth can take it and process it. So this is a really great thing for us to be doing, connecting into the earth. I mean, after all, we're part of this earth, aren't we? We are beings on this earth, so we really need to start looking at that. And one of the most amazing things that happen when we start connecting to the earth and the plants is that we're guided as to what plants we need. We're guided to connecting in at that deeper level, which is so amazing and such an incredible thing. And that's what we need to be doing. We need to be tuning in more to the earth and to the gifts that the earth has for us, because the earth has so many incredible gifts for us. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Some of the things that are out at the moment that you can tune into and connect to, and the medicine that you can make with that to really support your health and your vitality. So just checking everyone can hear me okay and see me okay, and that everything is still working as it should. Hopefully this has gone live in the Into the Wild group. Any lovely friends here who are watching this, please can you share this into the Into the Wild group, because it's meant to be in there and I can't seem to do that. So if you can do that, I'd greatly appreciate that. So we're going to start by talking about some of these lovely things. Let's get them out of the bowl. I went out collecting this morning so that we'd have some nice bits that we could talk about. So let's get these bits out so that you can have a look. So the first thing that we're going to talk about are these lovely things here. These are rose hips. There we go. Great. So rose hips are a really beautiful thing that have been used traditionally and in folk medicine for a very long time for their anti-inflammatory and their pain relieving properties. Rose hip oil here is renowned for its anti-aging properties. So what they do is they cold press the rose hip and extract their natural oils, and this is very high in vitamin C. It's also high in polyunsaturated fats. So what it does is it protects the skin membrane from inflammatory compounds such as UV rays, smoke, pollution, all that kind of jazz. So rose hips for the skin, for anti-aging, really amazing thing to be using. But rose hips have a lot of other incredible properties. There was a study done that showed over 8 weeks, if people took 3 milligrams of rosehip powder, this led to a significant decrease in wrinkles, and it increased the moisture content and the elasticity within the skin. So this is a really lovely thing to be having for people. So that's really great. I've got rose hips in my vitamin C mix that I make. So it's rose hips, camu camu, acerola cherry, lemon peel, and it's a powder of the actual foods, which is really beautiful. So you can have that every day, and that works to boost your immune system, and it works in so many different ways. So that is a great thing to have. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, do type them into the chat box. Hopefully everyone can see and hear okay on the Facebook thing. If not, I am recording this, so I will put the recording up as well. So rose hips also have been attributed for their antioxidant properties, because they're very, very high in not only the fatty acid profile, but in vitamin C. And all of these things are amazing for replenishing the skin, but not just the skin, also in combating things like osteoarthritis, because of its ability to deal with the antioxidant, because of its antioxidant properties. So it's reducing stress in the body, it's reducing inflammation in the joints. So these are really beautiful things to be working with. There's been evidence to show that rose hips may also aid in weight loss by supporting a healthy metabolism, and also really supporting the heart to work properly. On an energetic level, rose hips work to increase our love vibration, to increase our psychic powers, and also our healing. In a lot of traditions, rose hips are meant to be about protection, peace, entering into the mysteries and really tuning in to that knowledge, and to dreams and rebirth and abundance. So they've got quite a deep spiritual aspect going on with them, which is a really lovely thing. So rose hips, amazing source of vitamin C. In the war, they used to go out and get people to collect rose hips. Now, what you can do with rose hips as well, which is lovely, is you can just eat them. So if you wanted to eat them, you would peel off the top bit like so, and then this beautiful flesh, let's make sure everyone can see, the red flesh, this one's a bit gooey, just peels off like that. Oh, let's make sure you can see. And then you can just eat that. See that red gooey flesh there? That's the bit you can eat. You don't want to eat these seeds in the middle, because these seeds in the middle were used for itching powder. So they've got this kind of itching powder property. You can just eat that. That is so delicious. Really, really yummy. Sweet, beautiful flavour. So you can just eat rose hips like that. And it's absolutely lovely thing to have. As I said, very, very high in vitamin C. The ideal thing when it comes to rose hips is that you wait till the first frost before you start to pick them. And this is a really good way to start using them, because you're waiting till the first frost so they get sweeter, their vitamin C content increases. So this is the perfect time to really start using them. So rose hips, beautiful things. Don't eat the seeds in the middle, and go out and get them now, because we've had our first frost in the UK, so it's a perfect time to go and harvest them all. And you can dry them and use them in teas. You can just eat them like I did. You can buy as well rosehip powder, and that's another lovely thing. So that's a great way to do it. So lots of different ways that you can start working with rose hips, but they're all over the place. So do go out and get them, and hopefully that will be great. A few people are having technical issues, I think, listening to my talk, unfortunately. So I'm not too sure what to do about that, I'm afraid. But I will be posting up the video for those of you, I'm recording this, so for those of you who can't watch it live, I will post up the video, and I apologise about the technical difficulties that some people are having. I'm not sure why that is going on, but yeah, I apologise for that. So for those of you here now, the other thing I really want to talk about is there's an amazing thing to increase our health and vitality, and these are really in the fungal kingdom, and this is one of my favorite areas. Absolutely beautiful place to tune into. And the medicinal mushrooms that I want to talk about are these amazing bracket fungus here. So this is a turkey tail mushroom. This is the first one we're going to talk about, and the turkey tails are incredible because they've got these different layers of color in them, and they look like a turkey's tail. So really beautiful mushroom to work with, and they're very good for enhancing our immune system and supporting our immune system. So really beautiful thing to be working with. Turkey tails contain a really impressive array of antioxidants and flavonoids and phenols, so they're really packed. They're a powerhouse, packed full of goodness. So this is a really incredible thing to have. And when we look at turkey tails, one study shows that there are 35 different phenolic compounds within the turkey tail extract, and also had lots and lots of different flavonoids, antioxidants like quercetin. And what these things do is they promote the immune system health by reducing inflammation, also stimulating the release of protective compounds within the body. So quercetin, for example, has been shown to promote the release of immunoprotective proteins within the body, like the interferons, whilst inhibiting other parts, the pro-inflammatory responses within the body. So really amazing for that side of things. There's been a lot of studies done now on turkey tails as well as the other medicinal mushrooms, and what they've shown is their ability to fight certain types of cancers with great results. In fact, turkey tails is one of the most commonly prescribed, along with allopathic medicine treatment mushrooms out there, not just mushrooms but things that are prescribed in general. So this is quite a beautiful thing to be looking at. So turkey tails mushrooms, really amazing. Go out and forage them now, or you can buy them as well. I put turkey tails in my medicinal mushroom mix, which is on my website, julietteBryant.com. So do have a look at that. Turkey tails also have an ability to help increase our energy levels. So this is really incredible, but their main property really is with the support that they give to our immune system, and the research just keeps flooding in. Another thing that we've started to see research coming out with is that turkey tails may be very beneficial to supporting the balance of a healthy gut, and the gut is so important for all of the different links within the body. The gut, 70% of our immune system resides within the gut, so it is a really important place to look and address when we're looking at our health and our well-being. So why they think turkey tails works to support the gut is because it has this prebiotic ability and helps the gut to really regulate the balance of bacteria. So this is a really beautiful thing to be having and to be working with. So really nice way that you can be working with those mushrooms. So you can have them, make teas out of them. They are hard and leathery, so they're not something that you can just work with as in eating them. You wouldn't eat these mushrooms. What you would do with these mushrooms is you would make a tea with them, or use a powder that's already been heat extracted in order to work with them. So teas, alcohol extraction in tinctures, or something that has already been heat or alcohol extracted in a powder form that you can use then dry. As I said, they're in my medicinal mushroom mix, so really lovely mushroom to be working with in that way. So what I was saying with the gut is such an important thing, this regulation of the gut. And because of them helping to regulate the gut bacteria balance, it's also been shown that what they do is they have prebiotics in them which feed the good bacteria as well. So they're working to keep the balance of the good bacteria and working to feed them as well. There's been some new research that has come out recently showing that actually the beta-glucans within the turkey tails, not just in the turkey tails, beta-glucans are in reishi mushrooms, like this amazing baby here, in chaga, in most of the medicinal mushrooms have these beta-glucans. And what we're finding evidence now with is that this could help to prevent obesity and weight gain. So recently there were some studies done with mice, and they gave them the protein-based beta-glucan component from turkey tails, and they found that even on a very, very high fat diet, these mice didn't gain weight. So it was supporting them to keep a healthy metabolism going. So this is just an incredible thing to look at. So the other thing we've got is this lovely mushroom here. This is a type of reishi found in the UK. So this is known as an artist bracket. And what you would do, you can see where I've got a little bit out of that, is this grows on the side of trees like this. So this is a beautiful thing. Now you wouldn't eat it again because it's rock hard. You can hear that is so hard. And very similar to the turkey tails, these are immune modulators, so they help to regulate the immune system. So they're really allowing the immune system to either work on one component or the other. They're switching off one part to allow the deeper part to work and regulating that immune response. So very good for people with autoimmune conditions to be able to help to regulate that response within them. The reishi mushroom is very good for a lot of different organs within the body. It's such a powerhouse. In fact, I think that reishi would help with everything. Very good. It's been shown to be very good for fertility issues, for reducing high estrogen levels in the body, very good for supporting menopausal issues. I put reishi mushroom in pretty much every one of my products contains reishi mushroom. So let's grab these ones. My longevity drinks have the reishi in and chaga. My new Awaken, which is a CBD drink, has reishi and chaga and lion's mane as well in it. I put it into my super green mix. It's in my hormone mix. So it's in lots of things because it is such an incredible powerhouse. Really, really worth looking into more. I've got a video just on reishi mushrooms and what they do on my website, which is JulietteBryant.com. So do check out my website. I'm having great issues with Facebook currently and censorship and being blocked. So please do sign up to my website so that you can keep abreast of what's going on through my newsletters, through my blog and things like that, so that we don't have to deal with censorship issues so much anymore. That's a really important thing for us to be able to do. The next thing that we are going to talk about is let's just see. Okay, we've seemed to have stopped going live into the Wild Festival unfortunately, which is a great shame, but I will post this video up for people, so I apologize for that. I'm not sure why that's happened, but that is life at the moment. Lots of technical issues. So the next one we're going to talk about is this lovely guy here, hawthorn berries. I love hawthorns. Again, now is the time to go and pick them. For centuries, hawthorn berries have been used as a herbal remedy for digestive problems, also for heart problems, high blood pressure. In fact, hawthorn is a really traditional part of Chinese medicine. It's a key part to Chinese medicine. And we're finding, again, more and more evidence out there to support how it can be useful. So hawthorn berries are a rich source of polyphenols, which are a really powerful antioxidant compound found in this plant. And what the antioxidants do is they help to neutralize unstable molecules called free radicals that can harm your body when they're present in high levels. And these molecules really come from poor diet, environmental issues such as like air pollution, smoking, burnt food, all of those kind of things. So due to the antioxidant properties within the hawthorn berry, how they have been shown to work, and this is all scientifically backed information, is they've been shown to lower the risks of certain cancers, type 2 diabetes, asthma, infections, heart problems, premature skin aging. So they really have a huge amount of anti-inflammatory properties which could improve your health. You know, we're walking around, most of us, with chronic inflammation in our body, and this has been linked to type 2 diabetes, asthma, as I said, certain cancers. So there's a lot of stuff out there at the moment showing about the inflammatory diseases, and hawthorn can really help with that. The hawthorn berry specifically, as opposed to the leaves and the flowers. You can eat the leaves and flowers and they do have benefits, but it's the berries specifically that have this high amount of antioxidant property and anti-inflammatory property. And there have been lots of studies now being done shown that hawthorn berry can significantly reduce asthma. So that's a really great thing, because a lot of people are struggling with breathing problems. So this is a really good thing to have added in there. Hawthorn, as I said, has been used to support the heart and also support treating high blood pressure very, very effectively. It's one of the most effective treatments for the heart, non-prescription treatments for the heart. Obviously, if you are on any medication, please always cross-reference with a healthcare practitioner. That is a really important thing that you look to do. So yeah, amazing lot of medicine in this. And what you do with the hawthorn berries, how you would use them, is you can just eat them. But what you need to be aware of is that inside the hawthorn berry is a stone. So that there is a stone. I can eat this bit like so, and that's great. But you don't want to eat the whole berry because you'll have a stone. I don't want anyone breaking their teeth. So you can just eat them. You can make tea with them. You can make a tincture with them. Those are kind of probably the most common ways, teas and tinctures for hawthorn that you can use. You can also buy dried hawthorn, or you can dry them yourself. And that's another beautiful thing. Someone asked a question earlier, can you dry out rose hips and make your own powder? Yes, you can. You can definitely do that. What you've got to make sure you do is that you remove the seeds from it, because you don't want to powder the seeds, because obviously they've got the hairs which are itchy. So you can definitely do that. Sorry, I only just saw that question coming up now. So the next one that we're going to talk about let's get the leaves so I can show you the leaves as well. So these little black berries here. Now, when you're going out and picking from nature, really, really important that you cross-reference, because there's lots of things out there. You don't want to get things confused. So cross-reference with a good book. Richard Maybe's Food for Free is a great book that you can check out. So do have a look at that, because that's a really good one. So do check that out. Someone's just said, can you use any rose hips? Yes, you can use any rose hips. The dog rose are the really big ones, or you've got these ones. So either of them are great to use. Standard rose hips are beautiful. And such a nice thing when you're going on a walk and you can just munch on a great source of vitamin C, something that I think is a really good thing to do. So that's a really lovely thing for you all to be doing. Okay, so sloes. As I said, Richard Maybe's Food for Free is a brilliant book. Oh, do check it out. These sloe berries are jumping everywhere. Sloes have lots of different names. They're known as the mother of the wood. I love that one, the mother of the wood. What a cool name. Or the wishing thorn, or wild plum. They used to be, it's kind of a wild ancient version of a wild plum. Now they are very tart and bitter, so they're not nice to just eat. You'll be kind of doing that. They're very astringent and drying. But they have a lot of amazing properties to them. The history of the blackthorn is its other name. Is amazing. They're basically a thorny bush that's in most hedgerows. And one of the things that's quite interesting for those of you around Glastonbury is there were a Neolithic lake village in Glastonbury that was found to have pits full of sloe stones. And it's said that if the sloes and the hawthorn berries are if you've got big quantities of them in the autumn, that we're going to have a harsh winter. This year I have seen tons of hawthorn and sloes, so it'll be interesting to see if that does correlate if we do have a harsh winter. In Ireland, they call them the fairy bushes. They're believed to be linked to the fairies, and they've got the fairy tribes are said to guard the blackthorn trees, and you're not meant to cut down their branches between the 11th of November and the 11th of May, because otherwise you'll get bad luck. So don't cut back any blackthorn 11th of November to the 11th of May. Let's keep the fairy folk happy. So how do they work? How do sloes work? Well, they've got lots of great properties to them. They're a diuretic and a laxative. So if you're having a little bit of trouble in the bathroom area and you're a little bit blocked up, then sloes are very good to help with that, a natural way to keep your system flowing nicely. They've got great antioxidant qualities to them and anti-inflammatory properties. Now, these work in lots of different ways, so I'm just going to talk about a few of the ways that they work, and these are all things that are scientifically backed. So this is quite amazing, because there is a huge amount of scientific research out there now showing, backing up all this anecdotal evidence that we've had for hundreds of years, where we've used these things as medicines to survive and to keep us healthy. And one of the ones that is very important for is to improve our digestive system. It's been shown to improve digestion, relieve constipation, really help to reduce bloating, cure diarrhea in children. So what you would do is, if you're working with it for your digestion, is you would prepare a tea by steeping some of the flowers and the berries and making a tea. The other thing you can do to help with digestion is make a blackthorn jam. And this is very good for curing indigestion and upset stomachs. So making a jam with these blackthorn berries, or making a tea with the flowers and the berries, the dried flowers. So obviously we can't get dried flowers now, we've passed that. You can buy them online. If anyone needs to find any of these dried things, please let me know, because I can supply them. So that's one of the things that you can do for indigestion, teas or a jam with them. If I was making a jam, I would use coconut sugar or a non-refined sugar, so that you're not killing off a lot of the benefits of those properties by having the sugar in there. Really interesting one for our time that we're living in now is that blackthorn is very good for breathing disorders, to help the treatment of respiratory ailments. Because it has an ability to work as an expectorant. Now, for this, you would use the flowers or the bark. The flowers are really useful for the respiratory tract, and the flowers have been shown to help with fighting common colds and coughs. The berries also work to fight off common colds and coughs because they're strengthening the immune system. And what you would do is make a tea with the bark to help to lower fevers. So amazing that you can use all these different parts of the blackthorn to support you with breathing disorders and respiratory issues. So really great thing to do now. One of the things that I feel about this plant more than anything is that, it has a really incredible ability to restore us. It's like a restorative tonic. So it's a really amazing boost for our body to support us through, sometimes we feel run down, and the blackthorn can really help to lift us out of that rundown space. When it comes to the mouth, blackthorn is also really incredible, and you can use the flowers and the berries to make a mouthwash. And that mouthwash is very good to specifically fight against the streptococcus, which can be found in the mouth. And also it has great antibacterial activity. So what we find is that it works to reduce incidence of tooth decay. that's a really incredible thing. So you could again make like a tea with it and gargle with that for your mouth to kill off those bad bacteria within the mouth. One of the things that's really interesting is obviously the mouth is linked to the digestive system. In fact, the mouth is the first part of the digestive system. So whatever's going on here is going on in the gut. So by clearing out bacteria, bad bacteria from the mouth, you're actually helping support your gut to be in a more healthy position. So this is a really great thing to do. So supporting your mouth through having a tea, making like a gargle with it, really, really great thing to do. Now, blackthorn also works to help to detoxify the body. It helps us to eliminate toxic substances found in the blood. So this is really great. Obviously, anything that's working on helping our digestive system move, helping keep us flowing, helps to flush out those toxins, because the more we sit with fecal matter in our bodies, the more those toxins are being reabsorbed into our system. So this is not such a good thing for us to have. So other ways that this is really beneficial, we're starting to see now blackthorn being investigated in the management of cancer, because we're starting to see that it can prevent the growth of cancer cells and also to reduce their multiplication. So there are studies now being shown with blackthorn being used in conjunction with allopathic medicine and also separately as a preventative. So this is another great thing with cancer really on the increase. If we can do things, I think, to prevent us getting cancers, this is the key, isn't it? To be as healthy as we can. So adding things in before we get to these problems. But then obviously if we get to this situation, then adding these things in to help support our bodies heal in the best way they can, whether we take traditional treatment or not. Supporting these things have been shown to work in conjunction with. So I think that's great, isn't it? Because then it gives you that choice. Whichever route you want to take, you can add things in to support you that don't interfere with most treatments. But as I said, if you have any severe issues, please always do contact a healthcare practitioner and make sure that there's no contraindications between what you're taking and want to do. So always good to cross-reference these things. It's also been used, blackthorn, in the treatment of kidney and bladder problems. Making a tea with it has been shown to reduce cramps in the stomach and nerve pain within the stomach, and to help support the kidneys flushing out any toxins or any buildup that they've got going on in there. So really great. As I said, when you drink a water infused with a blackthorn bark, this is very good for calming the nervous system. So boosting your health and vitality, which is great. Also, if you have a blackthorn tea or like a tincture, an extract of the blackthorn berry that you can have, this is very good for things like insomnia, lack of energy. Also really interesting for any women out there who are perimenopausal or menopausal, blackthorn has been shown to be beneficial if you have blackthorn every day, to deal with things like hot sweats and just keeping that balance within the body of the hormonal system. So this is a really great thing. And what you would want to do is you can use the flowers and the berries. Both of them are beneficial for this side of things. And you'd want to make a tea and drink that tea, or you can have it as a herbal tonic, like a tincture. This is another effective way. So many things already. I mean, the sloes are just incredible. More and more information with the sloes is coming out. Again, it's been shown to be beneficial because it too has quercetin, which we talked about earlier. And this is a powerful antioxidant for the heart. So it's really helping to promote circulation with the heart and reduce the risk of cardiac diseases. So again, another great preventative that we can add in, which I think is so important. The more things we can add in, the better. I could go on talking about blackthorn for ages, but I'm going to say one more thing about blackthorn, and again it's linked to the mouth and inflammation in the mouth, but also the throat area. In there was a complete compendium compiled in Germany of a therapeutic guide to herbal medicines, and the blackthorn or slowberries were in there. And what they did was they made a gargle with fresh juice and of the ripe slowberries, and this gargle was used to heal inflamed tonsils really effectively. So that's a really powerful thing. Another gargle that was made that was very effective for the throat area was with the blackthorn leaves, and gargling with that 3 times a day to kill off throat infections. So another very interesting use of the blackthorn. So you can use the blackthorn leaves, the berries and the flower and the bark. So really, really amazing that you can use all of those things. I'm going to show it to you once again. Those are the leaves and those are the berries. As I said, do cross-reference before you go out and start picking blackberries, because you don't want to confuse it for an ivy berry or something like that, which wouldn't be so good for you to have. So Food for Free is a great one. You can get loads of apps now on your phone which are really amazing to support all of these cool things. Okay, so the next one that we are going to talk about is this. Let's just check. Oh, hang on, I've got to move that over that way so you guys can see it. There we go. So this is sea buckthorn. Everyone see that okay? Sea buckthorn, which is a really beautiful thing to be working with. So sea buckthorn, let me tell you all about the wonders of sea buckthorn. So sea buckthorn, according to the Greek legends, really interesting. In the Greek legends, the war-torn horses that were really tired and exhausted, that couldn't function, were set free to die a natural death, and the soldiers were surprised that they would return from the sea buckthorn forest full of health and strength and radiance of really shiny coats. So this really surprised them, and that's one of the names for the sea buckthorn came from that, and it was the tree that makes horses shine. Isn't that nice? The tree that makes horses shine. So sea buckthorn have a rich history in being used for treating numerous medical conditions, and it's known as the wonder plant in a lot of Asian countries, including China, India and Pakistan. But it grows really well over here as well in the UK. The berries have been used for over thousands of years by the Tibetans and the Indian systems of medicine, and also it's been used in the Chinese medicine system for a very long time as well. And it's been used to treat digestion, coughs, circulatory disorders and pain. It has a high nutritional value. And what's great is it's found throughout the world. So this is a really amazing thing that we can find it in so many places around the world. I think that's just a brilliant thing. So how does it work to help us? So for our stomach, when we look at sea buckthorn, the berry juice is one of the best cures to deal with upset stomachs and gastric distresses of any kind of sort. The juice can rapidly relieve discomfort and calm inflammation throughout the body, especially in the digestive system. So it's got really high anti-inflammatory capacity, which helps to relieve joint pain and sore muscles. So this is a really amazing thing for it. It also, being this lovely orange colour that it is, it's, let's just make sure that, oh, there we go, that you can see it okay there. It's high in carotenoids and other important antioxidant compounds that are found in there. So this helps to protect our vision. The carotenoids are very good for the eyes. It's like goji berries are high in carotenoids, very good for the eyes. Carrots, we all know the saying about carrots, don't we? That they help you see in the dark, and this is because of their carotenoid capacity. So they help to slow macular degeneration. I can never say that word. And they're supposedly meant to help with preventing and developing cataracts, and as well as improving night vision. So really great things to support eye health is the sea buckthorn berry. Very, very high in B vitamins and also in healthy fats. So it's very, very good for maintaining healthy brain, and also in the treatment of and prevention of conditions like Alzheimer's and dementia. So sea buckthorn, very, very good for the brain, very good for the stomach, very good to reduce this inflammation, which also is an aspect when it comes to Alzheimer's that is really key to look into, is obviously the inflammation within the brain aspect. So it's working on that part of it too. Lots of research now looking at the juice in its ability to reduce cancer. Lots and lots of studies coming out because of its high antioxidant properties. These are helping to reduce and neutralize the free radicals within the body, which are really can be dangerous. Sea buckthorn berry juice has been linked to these anti-cancer property abilities. It helps to stop the cell cycles. It breaks that cell cycle so that the cancer can't progress. This is how the science has been showing that it works. So it's not just causing cell death of those cancer cells, but it's actually cutting the cell cycle, which is a really important part of the process. Highly anti-aging. We're now seeing more and more skin things coming out for its anti-aging properties. So this is a great thing. So drinking sea buckthorn juice in itself is very good for the skin, or adding a concentrated oil to your foods or onto your face. Great way to stay young and healthy. Diabetic control is another aspect with the sea buckthorn that is really important because it helps to regulate blood sugar levels, which is a great thing. It's also, apart from all those amazing things, it helps to support the immune system. It's very high in vitamin C, so this is great. I've got my new green mix, and a sea buckthorn is a big part of my green mix, as is the reishi mushroom, and it's also got rose hips in there in that super green mix, because I've seen the benefit of the sea buckthorn. It's really powerful, and it grows in this country, which is an amazing thing. So I think, the more we can use things from this country, the better. Because of its high vitamin C level, it's been shown to speed up wound healing and recovery from injuries. So that is just such an amazing thing. Now, how you can use it, as I said, you can make juice from the berries, but you can also use the leaves to make teas. So this is a great thing. You can make tinctures with it. A lot of cultures have sea buckthorn wines and also jams, which are very popular. So lots of really cool ways that you can start to work with the sea buckthorn, because it is a really amazing plant to work with. So those are a few of the things that are around at the moment which you can tune into, and just shows us, doesn't it, that even though the weather's getting colder, nature has so much out there to provide us, so many incredible resources to support our health and well-being. And this is so key that we start to tap back into this ancient knowledge of how we can work with the land, how we can work with the medicines that are all around us to support health and vitality. In my book, Superfoods and How to Use Them, let me grab it here. There we go. I've investigated loads and loads of different things, how you can use them. So there are recipes. It tells you a little bit about the food, and then it tells you how you can use it. So, for example, grapes. That's pumpkins there. So it tells you what a pumpkin does, and then how you can use it. This one's all about grapes. So there's information on the nutritional properties, and then you have recipes underneath it. So really good book, talks about bay, chamomile, coriander, loads and loads of cool stuff. You've got recipes for desserts, teas, salad dressings, soups, main courses, the whole thing. So really good guide to starting to work with plants and foods, and seeing food in that different way. We disconnected so much from the fact that the earth supports us. The earth is here to give us our nutrients so that we can be supported. And one of the things I come back to so often, and this is such an interesting thing, is that Hippocrates, who was the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. But he also went on to say, and this is in the Hippocratic Oath that doctors take, that we should apply dietetic and lifestyle things to treat people first and foremost. So this is where I feel we've gone wrong in life, is that we're not doing this. We're not taking this step to, first of all, look at, well, what am I putting into my body before we start to then go and look externally for pills and all the rest of it. Now, don't get me wrong, modern medicine has its place. It really does. And it's incredible the things it can do. But we shouldn't neglect the fact that the earth is providing us with all this amazing stuff as, I think, a first port of call. And then for me, that's what I do. It's like, can I deal with this myself? Can I bring in any of my knowledge? Can I use the vitamins and minerals that are all around me to support health and well-being? And this is how I work with people, to see how we can apply the amazing amount of things that the earth offers us to reset our systems. And the success I've had is brilliant with people to really help support their health and well-being. So I think we need to get back into food, not just being something that fills our belly, but something that is increasing our energy, increasing our vitality, making us feel great, helping us to thrive and not just merely survive through life. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this talk. If you'd like to know more about the work I do, you can visit my website, which is julietteBryant.com. And please do subscribe to my website, because Facebook is not going to be here for much longer for me, since I've been banned twice for just sharing health and well-being things. So I've not done anything controversial other than recommending vitamin D and things like that. So do subscribe to my newsletter so you can stay in touch. Also, you can find me on MeWe and other social media platforms. I'm exploring that all more and more. I do have, at the moment, I'm offering free 30-minute energy breakthrough calls for anyone who thinks they might want to work with me more, but would like to get to know how I work a bit more so that they can tune into that. And very excitingly, my next mentorship group starts in January. So the doors have just opened for this, and the early bird special offer is open till the 14th of November. So this mentorship is over 12 weeks, and it's a beautiful program to really take you into a held space where I can support you to grow and understand your body. It's really about connecting into your inner wisdom and learning how to tune into that, so that you can navigate the changes that our bodies are constantly going through. It's giving you a toolkit so that you can feel confident with meditation, mantras, mudras, foods, and all of these amazing things, so that you can understand and know how to support yourself through stress, through challenges, through everyday life, through all these different aspects, not just food. Food is a great, important part of it, but we have to look at the whole thing. We are more than our physical beings. We are emotional, spiritual, mental beings, and we have to address all layers. And that's how I like to work with people on that deep healing journey into themselves, into that deeper knowledge and connection. So if you'd like to know more about the mentorship, you can book a free 15-minute call with me. It's all on my website, so do check it out, and more information about the mentorship is on there. I also have lots of amazing courses, and I'm offering a special offer of a bundle of 8 of my courses for £150. You get lifetime access to these courses. So if you would like to know more about that, then do visit my website, and all the information is on there. This is a special offer, the £150 for all the 8 courses. So do message me and I'll send you the link to that if you would like to know more about that. So lots of love to you all, and thank you very much for joining me. And sorry about the technical issues for those of you who missed my talk at Into the Wild. It will be going up as a replay from this once I upload it. So thank you all, and lots of love. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I hope that you in a few minutes take some time to stop at 11 o'clock and remember all those who have gone and fought for our freedom, because this is such an important thing, that we connect to those people who have stood up to fight for freedom, and remember that we are sovereign beings. So lots of love, and I will see you all soon.